엄청 그리워하셨다고 하셨거든요. 오늘 어떻게 그 한을 풀까 하다가 박수.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Have you ever noticed those fleeting moments between Jimin and Jungkook? A glance, a slight tilt, a hand that almost touches? Most people miss them or write them off as coincidences. But what if these seemingly insignificant small gestures are actually a secret language that reveals the depth of their profound and undeniable connection? Prepare to have your perception of Jikook's bond completely transformed. We'll analyze how Jimin and Jungkook's briefest and most seemingly insignificant interactions, a glance, a slight tilt, a hand that almost touches, subtly betray the depth of their profound and authentic connection. We'll uncover the unspoken language of their bond, proving that these micro-movements aren't just a performance, but a genuine reflection of their undeniable chemistry. The relationship between Jimin and Jungkook wasn't built by one viral moment or one dramatic scene. It grew slowly, day after day, from rehearsal to rehearsal, from stage to stage, and from the small silences that often go unnoticed by the naked eye. Their chemistry isn't forced, nor is it designed for the cameras. It flows naturally, gentle, warm, and full of mutual understanding. That's precisely why many people feel their connection feels real, feels alive, feels genuine. Unseen chemistry isn't about grand theories or exaggerated claims. It's about how the smallest gestures can be the most honest love language. About how two people can connect so deeply, even without speaking. And Jimin, in their own way, shows that a strong emotional connection doesn't always have to be obvious to everyone. Sometimes it just needs to be felt. From the very beginning of their journey in BTS, Jimin and Jungkook have displayed a unique dynamic. Jungkook is younger, curious, and often seen relying on those around him. Jimin is empathetic, sensitive to the atmosphere, and has a natural way of making others feel safe. When these two characters meet, a beautiful balance is created. Not a rigid balance, but a flexible one that adapts to each other and grows over time. In many moments, we can see Jimin logically paying attention to Jungkook. Not excessive or ostentatious, but a quiet concern. To make sure Jungkook is okay in a crowd. Like the small smile that appears when Jungkook laughs. Like the way his eyes automatically seek Jungkook when the atmosphere gets noisy. It all happens so naturally, as if it's part of habit, not something contrived. And vice versa. Jungkook often shows his comfort with Jimin in very simple ways. The way he approaches without hesitation. The way he instinctively lies down toward Jimin. The way his expression softens when they're in a friendship. These gestures are small, almost imperceptible, but precisely because they're small, they feel so honest. Because they're unplanned. Because they're born of a sense of security and trust. This kind of chemistry doesn't emerge overnight. It's built over time, from consistent togetherness, from sharing fatigue, laughter, pressure, and dreams. Jimin and Jungkook grew up together in an industry that demands perfection. In a world full of scrutiny, they find comfort in each other. And that comfort is reflected in the small details that often go unnoticed. There's something very human about the way they respond to each other. When one looks tense, the other relaxes. When one laughs out loud, the other smiles, even before they know what's funny. It's not about independence, but about emotional synchronization. About how two people can be on the same wavelength without having to explain it. Fans often say that Jikook has a language of his own, and that language isn't words. It's statements, expressions, and small gestures. Like when Jimin reflexively adjusts his position to make Jungkook more comfortable. Or when Jungkook unconsciously mimics Jimin's movements. These things happen so quickly, so naturally, that sometimes we only notice them if we're really paying attention. This is what makes their chemistry feel different. Not because of its intensity, but because of its subtlety. Not because of the drama, but because of its sincerity. In an entertainment world often filled with grand gestures and exaggerated expressions for the camera, a relationship like this, he can be present in silence. in close proximity, in a comfort that doesn't need proof. They don't need to convince anyone, because what they have is real enough to them. And perhaps that's precisely why so many people can relate. When we watch their interactions, a warm feeling emerges. Not because something big is happening, but because we're witnessing something genuine, something uncontrived, something born of long togetherness and deep mutual trust. And this kind of chemistry, while not always visible, can always be felt.
우리 해외 팬 여러분들께 인사 한번 드려볼까요?
그럴까요? Hello.
There are small moments that are of 10 overlooked. Like when Jungkook laughs, then subconsciously turns to Jimin, as if wanting to share his happiness. Or when Jimin reacts to something, and Jungkook immediately watches him with curiosity. This is a very subtle form of emotional communication. There's no dialogue, no confession, just a spontaneous, meaningful reaction. This kind of chemistry also shows that they give each other space. They don't always have to be extremely close to stay connected. Sometimes just being in the same space feels like they're present. This demonstrates emotional maturity. That closeness isn't always about physical distance, but about a sense of connection. Many people are captivated by the big moments, but Jikook shines in the small details. In a smile that appears only for a split second, in a barely perceptible hand gesture, in a brief but meaningful glance. All of it forms a beautiful mosaic of a genuine connection. And perhaps this is why their chemistry feels so strong, because it doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't demand to be understood. It's simply there, calm, warm, and consistent, like a small flame that never goes out, even if it doesn't always seem to burn brightly. And ultimately, perhaps this is what makes Jikook so special to so many. Not because of the big, viral moments, not because of the dramatic scenes that command attention, but because of the little things they almost never notice themselves. A brief glance, a smile that appears without planning, a reflex movement born of habit. All of these are the most honest language of love. A language not made for the camera, but for each other. Unseen chemistry isn't about proving something to the world. It's about being present. It's about feeling safe. It's about being comfortable being yourself around someone. And Jikook, in their gentle and simple way, has shown that the deepest emotional connections often don't need recognition. They just need to be felt. When we watch them, we're reminded that true love and closeness aren't always loud. They aren't always big, and they aren't always obvious. Sometimes they exist in silence, in small habits, in consistent attention, in a mutual understanding that grows slowly over time. If you feel warmth watching their interactions, it's not imagination. It's because honest emotions always have a way of reaching others' hearts. And perhaps that's Jikook's most beautiful message, that a genuine connection doesn't need to be flaunted. It will always find its own way to be felt. Thank you for joining us on this little journey, delving into the chemistry that's unseen yet so real. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment about your favorite Jikook moments, and share it with fellow fans who also feel the same warmth. Your support means a lot to this channel, as it continues to present stories full of love and meaning. See you in the next video. Keep the love, keep the warmth, and keep believing that small gestures can hold the greatest feelings.